Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28 purports. The godly living beings who are residents of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Hare Dham and Mahesh Dham. The abode of Lord Krishna above all spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavan. And the perfected living being by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the present material body. Where does Krishna live? He lives in Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. We know where he lives. We know where God lives. So we can go to Krishna Loka if we develop 78% of the above mentioned attributes. If we become Krishna conscious, we can enter into Krishna's planets. We can dance with Krishna. We can eat with Krishna. We can play with Krishna based on your mood. Some people have a mood relationship of Madhurya Ras, relationship of love. Krishna can be your lover. That means you can dance with Krishna. You can embrace Krishna. You can kiss Krishna. If that's your mood. Other people have a friendship mood. You can play with Krishna. You can wrestle with Krishna like the cowherd boys. They wrestle with Krishna in the morning. You can milk the cows with Krishna and go to the forest with Krishna. Or you can have the mood of being a servant of Srimati Radharani. You can serve Radha in many different ways. Dress her. You can help wash her hair. You can help decorate her. You can help arrange meetings with Krishna, with the beloved Shama Sundar, in the forest of Vrindavan. So, or other people have parental bond. You can serve Krishna like a parent. So it depends. What's your relationship with Krishna? Ask yourself. Is Krishna your friend? Do you see Krishna as a friend? Do you see Krishna as a lover? Do you see Krishna as a child? What's your relationship with Krishna? What's your mood with Krishna? What's your mood with God? See, a lot of religions, they don't have a very personal conception of God. That's can be either personal or vague. But with Krishna consciousness, it's very personal and it's very descriptive. Like we know where Krishna lives. He lives in Goloka Vrindavan. We can describe what Goloka Vrindavan looks like. We can describe how Krishna looks like. So it's very, it's very descriptive, very personal. Janma Gunya Bhagavat, text 29, Janma Gunya Bhagavato, Ye Atat Prayatam Dara, Shayam Pratar, Grinan Bhaktya, Duga Grama Vimuchyate. Translation: whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. Purport: in the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead is declared that anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. So you should understand how Krishna appears, who Krishna is. If you understand that Krishna is God and he appears to give pleasure to the devotees, to destroy the demons, if you actually understand that, then you're liberated. Therefore, birth and activities of the Lord as manifested by him for the welfare of the people in general are not ordinary. They are mysterious, and only by those who carefully try to go deeper into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Thus one gets liberation from material bondage. It is advised, therefore, that one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations in sincerity and devotion can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. The very word mukti or liberation indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one cannot attain liberation. Therefore, they are mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of his birth and activities. So what are the qualifications to entering into the mysteries of Krishna's birth? Following the prescribed regulations of devotional service. Text 30. There's rules and regulations. There's many rules and regulations. Mainly chanting Hare Krishna, hearing and chanting at the top regulations. Text 30. Etad Rupam Bhagavato Rayu Pasyachit Atmana Mayaguna Varichitam Mahada Divir Atmani. Translation: the conception of the Parad universal form of the Lord as appearing in the material world is imaginary. It is to enable the less intelligent and neophytes to adjust to the idea of the Lord's having form, but actually the Lord has no material form. Purport: the conception of the Lord known as the Vishvarupa or the Virarupa is particularly not mentioned along with the various incarnations of the Lord. Because all the incarnations of the Lord mentioned above are transcendental and there's not a tinge of materialism in their bodies. There's no difference between the body and the then the material Virat Rupa is presented, and it will be explained in the second canto. And the Virat Rupa, the material manifestations of different planets have been conceived as his legs, hands, etc. Actually, all such descriptions are for neophytes. A neophyte cannot conceive of anything beyond matter. The material conception of the Lord is not counted in the list of his actual forms. As Paramama or Supersoul, the Lord is within each and every material form, even within the atoms, but the outward material form is but imagination. Both for the Lord and for the living being, the present forms of the conditioned souls are also not factual. The conclusion is that the material conception of the body of the Lord is viras. So the material conception of the body of the Lord as viras is imaginary. Both the Lord and the living entities are living spirits and have original spiritual bodies. Spiritual bodies. Krishna's body is not different from Krishna. So when he comes to this world in his form, it's Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't change bodies like we do in this material world. That's the difference between Krishna and the living being. So if you can understand that, like Krishna's transcendental. Krishna can come to this material world. He doesn't have to take birth like we do. He's completely transcendental. If you understand that, then you can be liberated in this life. Sure, Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Reading from Srila Prabhupada lectures. He is to live only on glucose water, that's all. Other things is dangerous for him. Now, if the typo patient desires to eat some solid food, and if somebody out of compassion gives him some solid food, then it is death for him, because in that condition he cannot enjoy. His enjoyment is forbidden. Therefore, in our diseased condition of this bodily conception of life, we increase our so-called enjoyment and enjoyment of the body. Oh, then we shall be more and more entangled in this conditional life of material existence. If we really want freedom from this material existence and miseries of material existence, then we must minimize the bodily enjoyment. We must minimize. Just like a diseased man is given some liquid food, he is forbidden. He is forbidden to take any food because any food will aggravate his disease. But still, because he has to exist, he is given some glucose water, some barley water, some fruit juice, little. Just it is also psychological. The patient may think also that I am eating something, I am eating, not I am starving, I am eating. That is also psychological effect. At the same time, this like fruit juice or glucose water that is easily digested, so there is no harm. Similarly, we have to, the present life is disease condition. So if we want to cure this disease of repeated birth and death, then we have to restrict our bodily enjoyment because we cannot enjoy. It is simply so-called enjoyment. Actually, we cannot enjoy this disease condition of this body. Enjoyment, real enjoyment means that it is non-stopping, non-stop. There's a verse in the Mahabharata, Ramante Yogina Anante. CC Madhya 929. Yogina, those who are yogis are spiritualists. Yogi means spiritualist. The general meaning of yogi is spiritualist. Those who are endeavoring to emancipate from this material condition of life and try to elevate to the spiritual platform, he is called yogi. Now those yogis are different types, but the method or process of spiritual realization may be different. Your process or my process may be a little different, but that does not hamper. The thing is that your aim is also spiritual realization. Just like generally there are three classes of spiritualists. There are jnanis, the yogis, and the bhaktas. Jnani means those who are trying to realize spiritual self through speculation of metaphysics and philosophy. They are called jnanis. And yogis, those who are trying to realize spiritual self by meditation and controlling the senses. Yoga Indraya Samya Yama. This hatha yoga meditation means that our senses are engaged in varieties of work. So by that hatha yoga gymnastic, the process, the mind is concentrated into the Paramatma, super soul. That means those who are too much bodily addicted, for them this hatha yoga process is good, recommended. So yogi, the jnani, and the yogi, and bhakta. Bhakta means devotees, spiritual realization. The objective of spiritual goal is realized in three different phases: Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahman is impersonal conception of the Supreme. So these jnanis, those who are proceeding through philosophical speculation and metaphysical analysis, they attain up to the impersonal Brahman. Those who are meditating by yogic process, they attain to the Paramatma feature, or the super soul. And those who are devotees, they attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So according to Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal. Paramatma feature is partial representation. How is it? It's like the sun. The sun is the chief planet, and the reflection is in every water reservoir. If you put here thousands of millions of water pots in each pot, you'll find the reflection of the sun. So Paramatma super soul is a reflection or partial representation of the sun. So this is Paramatma experience. The Brahman experience is just like sunshine. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe So